If you hate making YouTube thumbnails, but you still want to get views, then I've made this video just for you. I've helped over 500 new YouTubers get more views on their YouTube channel. And the one thing that separates the winners from the losers is their thumbnails. So in this video, I'm going to give you the 3 golden rules to making YouTube thumbnails. I'm going to show you how to make YouTube thumbnails the easy way. Then for those of you that watch the video all the way to the end, I've got a special gift for you guys. I'm going to give you the thumbnails that we make in this video as templates so you can make awesome thumbnails in less than 3 minutes. Let's kick things off with the 3 golden rules for YouTube thumbnails. First off, your YouTube thumbnail is everything, and I mean everything. Why? Because if your thumbnail can't stop people scrolling and get them to click on your video, then all the time you spent scripting your video, filming your video, the hours and hours you spent editing your video. I know you did all those extra effects that I told you were completely pointless. Yeah, I know you've been doing it. Adding all those extras I told you didn't need. I know you're still doing it. Even though I told you you don't need to do that at the start. All that time that you spent on your video is completely wasted if you can't get people to click on your thumbnail. Second up, you only have a split second to capture someone's attention with your thumbnail. You need to break them out of that zombie scrolling on YouTube and get them interested in your video and motivate them enough to click and start watching your video. So think about what you need to do to break them out of that zombie mode. You need something super interesting. You need something extraordinary to capture that attention and get them to click. Then you need to understand that your YouTube thumbnail is a promise to your viewer. If you're making a video tutorial about how to fix a leaking pipe, don't just make your thumbnail a picture of the pipe. You need to tell the full story. You need to show the water dripping out of the broken pipe. And then you can cover it up with a big piece of text saying fixed. That tells your whole story and lets them know what they're going to get if they click on your video. If your thumbnail is misleading or clickbaity, people won't click on your video. And that's not the worst part. The worst part is that you lose the trust of that viewer. Once you've lost their trust, sorry for you, you're never going to get it back. Great, now that we're done with all the zombies and the trust issues, now we can get on to how do we use these 3 golden rules to make great thumbnails the easy way. For all 3 of these methods, we're going to need a picture of ourselves, because that's what's going to create connection with our audience. So let me show you how to take a decent photo of yourself using just your phone. Stop taking screen grabs from your videos. That's amateur. And here we're high-performing YouTubers. So let's step it up a notch. Now, if you don't have lights like me, you can just stand really close to a window and use the light from the window to light yourself. Get in the middle there and get enough. And the reason why I come back here is so that I have a plain background. If I was a bit further, we would get all the books and the bookshelves in the way. So it's quite nice to be able to get to the back and still have good lighting on it. So if you don't have lights, you can just use a window to light yourself. And you can pull a few faces, pull some expressions, take a plain one without a hand in there. And then what I like to do is just take one with a hand in there that I'm kind of out the way of. So we can just cut the hand out if we want that pointer. So once you've taken a few photos, let's get them off our phone. Okay, great. Now that we've got a decent photo of you, the first method I'm going to share with you is just to simply make the thumbnail on your phone. And I'm going to show you how to do it on an iPhone. And obviously iPhones are better than Android. But if you're stuck with an Android phone, that's okay. I've got a quick shortcut workaround that'll take a little bit longer, but it's still easy to do on your phone. So what we're going to do is remove the background from the photo that we've taken. On an iPhone, this is quick and easy. You just hold on the picture, it'll select it, and then copy it to your clipboard. If you're stuck on Android, all we need to do is go over to your browser, go to remove.bg, and we're going to upload our photo. It'll remove the background for us, and then we can download that PNG file with the background removed. A little bit longer, but it's not that hard. Then we're going to jump into Instagram. We're going to head over to create a story, and then we're going to click the create button so we can add a background. Now your story is going to be vertical, but when we're finished, we can rotate it and it's going to be fine. Don't stress out. Add a background color that fits with your brand identity and your brand feel. If you don't have a brand feel yet, Yeesh has made an amazing video inside our community that I'll share with you in the description down below. That'll help you choose your brand identity and your brand colors that work for you. So we've added the background. Now we're going to paste our photo with the background removed. So if you're on Android, you're just going to upload this or add it in. On our phone, we can paste it right here. Then all we're going to do is add some text. Now remember, keep it simple. We want 2 to 3 words at most. And remember, we need to tell the whole story. So think about how you're going to communicate the full story and the promise of what they're going to get from your video. Then I like to add an icon just to add some feel to it. And then we can download this so we can use it as our thumbnail for our YouTube video. For our second method, I'm going to jump onto my computer and I'm going to show you how to make your YouTube thumbnail inside Canva. So we're going to open up a YouTube thumbnail template. You don't need to do this because I'm going to give you this template at the end and save you so much time. So make sure you do watch all the way to the end so you can get that download and save some time. So a YouTube thumbnail is 1280 pixels wide by 720 pixels high if you do want to start your template from scratch. Then we're going to do the same as the phone. We're going to add the photo that we've taken of ourselves. So we're going to go to uploads. We have uploaded the photo here. Canva has this amazing background remover. This is part of the premium plan for Canva. So if you don't have this, you can use the same website that the Android users used, which is remove.bg. It'll remove it, download it, and you can re-upload it as a PNG. Now we're going to resize it so that we are a bit bigger in the thumbnail, especially for those mobile users, because the thumbnail is so small on mobile. We need to make sure we are big enough so they can see us and connect with us. And then I like to make a few little tweaks. I like to make it a little bit brighter, lift those shadows a bit, increase the contrast. So just a few things to increase the contrast and add some saturation. Then we can change the background color. And what I like to do is add a background with a bit of a gradient. It just adds a little bit to the thumbnail. And then we're going to add some text. And once you are happy with the text and adding your element in, all you need to do is head over to share and click on download. Check your settings are right. So we've got those 1280 pixels by 720, and we're going to download our YouTube thumbnail. Now, when I share this thumbnail with you, all you need to do is come over to File and go make a copy, and then you can rename it so it can be your thumbnail template and edit it as much as you like. And what I like to do is duplicate the pages, and then you can make changes. So then we can add a different color background if we want to. We can make some changes and see what it looks like with different backgrounds. We can change color of text if we want to. If we go back here and choose that, then the blue works a little bit better, but then the red doesn't stand out. So you can play around with it and have different versions for your thumbnails and make exactly what you want for your channel. Now we're going to jump inside Adobe Photoshop, and I'm going to show you how to make an epic thumbnail quick and easy inside of Adobe Photoshop. So we're going to create a new document. We're going to make it 1280 pixels wide and 720 pixels high. Make sure you have pixels here selected and not centimeters or inches, depending on which side of the pond you are. Then we're going to check we've got 300 pixels per inch, and we're going to create that thumbnail document. We're going to make it a bit bigger so you can see exactly what's going on here. Zoom in a bit, and then we're going to add our image that we're going to remove our background from that we took on our phone. Head into grab that image and open it up, and all we're going to do is select it, copy it with Command C and paste it with Command V. Now we do need to resize it. Make sure this is locked so you don't go into funny dimensions there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remove the background with AI, and Photoshop is super good at this, which is really cool. and then we can resize it and move it around exactly how we want it. And we're going to create a new layer for the background, and we're going to pop a gradient in there, and we're going to grab the gradient tool. We can choose a gradient that we want. I like to choose this one so it edges out, and I like it as a good blue, and choose how we want it. So you can go dark to light, or if you want to go the other way, you can go dark to light this way. Cool, so we've got our gradient. Now we can add some text in there. And the cool thing about Photoshop is you can add more blending options and really make it look cool. So we can do a drop shadow, or we can do an outer glow. I quite like the outer glow, and we're just going to darken it and make that a little bit smaller, so we don't need as much, but we do want it to pop. Not too much, but just a little bit to make it pop. We can add the same here. Just going to make that a little bit smaller because the text is obviously a bit thinner. As you can see, it does make a nice difference there. And we're going to add in a YouTube logo. And then once you are done adding your YouTube logo or whatever icon you wanted for your thumbnail, you can then go File and then Export and Export As. And we like to export it as a PNG, but you can export it as a JPEG. The file size is a little bit smaller, so we like to keep it as a PNG. We untick transparency there and then click Export and save it on your computer. And then if you want to save it as a new template for yourself using my template, all you need to do is go File, Save As. Make sure it is a Photoshop file, and that is the PSD, and choose where you want to save it. And those are the quick and easy ways to make a thumbnail. Once that hard work is done, you have the template, you can do it in less than 3 minutes. You can add a new photo, or you can use an old one, quickly change the text, and then add an icon that fits with the story that you're trying to tell. So we're making thumbnails for YouTube, so we show the YouTube logo, and that tells a story that the video is exactly what they are looking for, and that's why you clicked on the video and why you are still watching the video, because we fulfill our promises and we build trust. And I said to you that I would give you these templates, so for those of you that stuck around all the way to the end, those templates links are down below. They are inside our classroom in our YouTube community, so you can click on there. And once you're inside the community, you can find them in the classroom, download them, and start using them to make it quick and easy for your YouTube thumbnails.